So I've been on this kick lately where I've really been talking to my wellness group a lot about our scarcity mindset, our abundance mindset when it comes to our wellness specifically. So I have personally done a lot of internal work, getting mastery over emotions and thoughts and creating new patterns and shifting into the life that I really want to experience. But just as much as I'm doing that for my whole life, we can hone that and make it specifically towards our wellness because I know, because I work with a lot of women and I am a personal trainer and coach, that a lot of the scarcity thoughts that we have and victim mindsets that we have and roadblocks that we create within us are the very things that are keeping us stuck in our wellness and keep us, one step forward, five steps back, and then we give up after so many times of that happening. I know if you're watching this, I know you know exactly what I'm talking about. So today I really want to talk to you about something that I've been creating a new boot camp for, but also talking to my personal clients a lot about, and it is creating abundance mindset around what you really want for your wellness. And have you done the work to really understand what it is that you really want for your wellness? Your emotions, I've said this in a lot of different environments to a lot of different women. Your emotions, how you emotionally function is because when you fix the negative things going on inside you, you tear down those roadblocks that keep coming up, that keep you from making the real progress that everybody wants to see. It opens a whole new world for you guys. Personally, I spent countless hours just writing out goals, setting intentions, finding good programs, good resources, good groups, but never quite closing the gap between where I was, where I wanted to be, and then creating a space where I didn't fall back and make that gap even bigger, right? So why? And one of the things that I have found after the work that I've done is that I never really believed that I was worthy of a lot of the things that I said I wanted. I didn't believe that it would happen for me. When I saw all these women accomplishing really cool things in their wellness, I was like, I'd like to do that. I never even got close because I never truly saw it as something available to me that is complete at a complete mindset thing, not a truth, right? And so many women, we create that mindset that is not available to us, that we are not the kind of woman to have that, and it's not truth. A lot of times, we as women, the problem we face is that we are too afraid to ask for what we really want, too afraid to even voice those things or admit them to ourselves. Either we don't believe that it will actually happen, or that we're not worthy of having that, whatever it is, or that if we get it, we're going to ruin it. We won't be able to hold on to it, right? To take that even a step further, so many women don't even realize what it is that they truly want when it comes to their wellness because they've never taken the time to figure it out. They are just taking what they think is expected for them to want. Does that make sense? What they think they should want, what others around them say that they want, what our mothers wanted for their wellness, what example did they set, what the world around us says we should want. Are your desires for your goals based on those things? Or have you sat down and figured out what you want for your wellness and why? Because most of the women I talk to never even thought to do that. as me myself too. I never thought to sit down and figure out what my desires in my life actually were when you stripped away the noise of what everybody else around me thought it should be for me, or what I thought they thought it should be for me. Yeah. So when you actually sit down, and I have my private clients do this, sit down, spend a little time. Nobody really wants to do this work, but it is mind-blowing and so freeing when you do it. Sit down and write down what you actually desire for your wellness and why. Like, why do you want that thing? Deep down, why is it that you want to lose 10 pounds? Is it because you felt your best when you were 10 pounds lighter? Or if it is it just this number you pulled out because everybody else says they want to lose 10 pounds? Sit down and write, like I encourage you to sit down and journal that out for yourself. What do you actually want and why? Not because somebody told you that's what you should want, or you see that around you, but what do you want? I see more women than not in this scarcity mindset around their wellness. And it is the thing that keeps us stuck. It's the thing that trips us up. It's the thing that pulls us backwards when we made some progress. You might believe that this like as far as scarcity mindset, it might be you think that time and resources run out before you see progress. You might believe that your time is wasted on your wellness because you never get to where you want to go. You might have that internal belief. You might feel like somebody else is letting you down and you're blaming them for your stuckness. That's a victim mindset. Scarcity and victim mindset are very closely tied, I think. So victim mindset, let's talk a little bit more specifically about that. Thinking about all the things that are happening to you in a negative way that are keeping you from what you want, that's a victim mindset. Not being able to give compliments to others. So you see a woman posting about her progress and you have this twinge of judgment towards her instead of love towards her. That is a victim mindset. If you have a toxic relationship with yourself, as far as blaming yourself and defeatism and no self-belief, when you feel like you are not good enough, that progress is really hard and maintaining progress is even harder, victim mindset. So here's the question for you. Is it more important for you to hold on to this belief? Is it more important than actually making progress and creating a different thought process? Does that make sense? So when I say it out loud, it seems ridiculous. So here's the question again. Is it more important for you to keep this victim mindset? There's not enough judgment, criticism, not worthy, defeatism, blaming. Is that more important than you actually making progress and creating a different thought process for yourself? The decision is easy when you say it out loud. But internally, we usually choose the victim scarcity mindset. There is always a story around why you are not where you want to be. That's victim mindset. I hate to say it. Most of us experience that at some point. If you're placing more importance on sympathy for yourself or others than changing your situation, that is a victim mindset. Being judgmental instead of celebrating others is victim. It's a scarcity mindset. It's like saying it's this eternal belief that there's not enough to go around. That if they're having progress, if they're losing weight, if they're getting gaining muscle, whatever it is that you want, they're getting it, then that means you can't have it. That is a scarcity mindset. There is more than enough to go around. I'm telling you that. Sister to sister, there is more than enough to go around. You have to retrain yourself to have an abundance mindset. And no, that's not just snapping your fingers and saying, I'm going to think differently, because it's ingrained in us. And it is a retraining. You have to relearn things. If you're constantly thinking, well, how can I get my money back? How can I do this thing as cheap as possible? I run into a lot of women like that. Like what I do for them, what I do in my wellness groups, when people actually activate into them, they see progress that they haven't seen in years. But so many women are kept on the other side of that gate because they're thinking, I thought I wanted to do it, but I want to do it anymore and I want my money back. They keep themselves on the sidelines, on the other side of the fence. They don't trust the process. That's scarcity victim. Or if you're like, I can't believe I got the wrong order. It's their fault. I can't believe that class got canceled again. I guess I just won't work out this week. That is all lack and victim mindset. And I know like we've all experienced one or many of these things. So this is not pointing the blame, but hopefully this is triggering you a little bit to think about where your mindset is when it comes to your wellness. The only way to get out of a scarcity mindset is to recondition your thoughts, recondition yourself out of it. You have to start celebrating others in all of the things. Notice when you see somebody celebrating, somebody accomplishing something in their wellness, notice how you feel about that. Like if you're feeling negative about them or you, that is a scarcity victim mindset, and you have to catch yourself doing it. The first step is awareness that you're doing it. When I started doing this work, I became more and more aware of how this was my thought process. These were my patterns. It was very much a victim scarcity mindset. I saw myself not celebrating other women because I thought that it caused a lack for me. So start finding ways to celebrate others in this wellness process. If something changes your plans, find another way. If you can't go to those classes on Monday at 6 anymore, find another way. There is a plethora of options for all of us. I do all online things for my clients because we need that flexibility. There is an abundance of wellness wealth available for all of us. It doesn't run out. There's no stopping point. Like here's the bucket of wealth for wellness, wealth. I just like to refer to it as that because that is wealth. Being well, having energy, having clear thoughts, knowing who we are, knowing the direction we're going, living on purpose. Wellness, wealth. There's not a bucket that says this is how much it is, and when it runs out, there's no more. It is a river. It's constantly flowing. You get to jump in and stay in. It's always there. So becoming aware of the scarcity mindset we have towards our wellness and creating abundance instead, that's the direction we're going. When we do that, we will progress through a process, to understand what we truly want. Like I said in the beginning, you have to understand what that is. You have to understand where the scarcity mindset is coming up. You have to just become more aware of it. Journaling is a great way to do that. Journaling can open so many things up for you that you wouldn't think that you it allows you to become aware of the thoughts you're having that you didn't know you were having. Those thoughts that are blocking you from getting where you want time and time and time and time again. How would it feel, my beautiful friends? How would it feel to make consistent progress on your fitness and then just to keep going? Like, doesn't that sound amazing to make consistent progress on your wellness and then just keep going? Like, there's no stopping point. There's no more mindset. Oh, I'm going to try this diet for a month, and at the end of the month, you go back to whatever you were doing before. No, because you're changing your thought process about what's possible for you and what you're capable of. You just keep going. Like, there's no stopping. How would that feel? It starts with this work. It starts with this work. So start journaling. Become more aware of your where you're coming up with scarcity and victim mindset when it in your the area of your wellness. The more you become aware of it, the more you can fix it and start changing those patterns within yourself, the thought processes, like where your heart is towards others and yourself in this wellness space. And so do that. I love doing this work with my clients and my boot camps. I'm actually getting ready, doing work, preparing for the next boot camp that we're starting next week. I would love for you to join us if you ever want to be a part of that. I run online holistic wellness groups. So mind, body, soul, fitness, nutrition, mindset, all that work combined together. Because if you don't have all of the elements, you just will never get to where you want to go. And I want all of you to have a fully lived life and enjoy your health wealth. Yeah.